Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to get a message to see how people are perceiving you right now. Um, I'm excited for this message. I'm feeling this like fun, playful energy, but also very mysterious. I think a lot of people wonder about you and what you spend your time doing. So I feel like you have a very private life, like a secret inner life that you don't really show to a lot of people. Um, so people just wonder what you do in your alone time. People wonder what you do when you're alone. Like you might live alone, you might spend a lot of time alone. You're just very comfortable on your own, like doing things by yourself. You enjoy your own company. You enjoy, like, you don't really need anyone. Like people kind of admire that about you, that you're just like very good on your own. You're very self-sufficient. You're very independent. Um, and you're very like self-aware. And not only self-aware, you're aware of other people and you understand human behavior very well and you understand dynamics and patterns. And I think people go to you a lot for like guidance and advice because they appreciate your perspective on things. Like they want to know what you think about a situation. And I feel like you're not always like forthcoming with it. Like if someone asks you, I think you'll share, but you don't always share what's on your mind. Like you keep your cards close to your chest. You can be guarded at times because people aren't always ready to hear or receive what you have to say or what you have to share. So yeah, there's this depth to you that people pick up on, even if you're kind of keeping that to yourself. People pick up on your energy. Actually, before I started recording this, I was in my kitchen and there's actually two spiders in my kitchen right now, but there's this small one that's has this really cool pattern. It's like this black and white pattern, almost like spots, but it's like little dashes. Um, so it made me feel like people are attracted to your light, but they also sense this like darkness about you, this like mysterious like side that like they know that you've been through a lot, okay? Whether they know part of your history um or not, they just sense that like you carry this wealth of experience, this wealth of knowledge, and they're kind of like, how did you how are you able to like carry all of this? How did you learn all of this? Like how do you know all of this? And I think people admire your ability to sit with your pain and like sit with your emotions. Yeah. You're very emotionally intelligent. You're very emotionally stable and in touch with yourself, and people admire that. I think you don't realize how advanced you are in um this level, in this because it's like for you it almost comes naturally, right? Like you're just naturally a deep person. You're naturally in tune with um the hidden realms and the shadow side of life and of people and things. And so you see things that a lot of people don't see necessarily, or like what you see clearly other people might struggle to see, okay? Or might not want to see. So you kind of illuminate the darkness, but you make it inviting, almost like people want to know more. People want to know what's going on in there, and they almost want to know, like, can you analyze me? Like, can you give me some sort of insight into myself? I think listening to you speak about yourself and your life and how you deal with things gives people insight into themselves and how they could maybe do that too, or how they're not doing that, or how, like, you're very relatable, I guess, because you're very open. Like when you do share, you're very open about certain things that you go through and how you navigate and how you overcome things. Like you might not share while you're going through it, but like once you've learned the lesson, you like to share that in whatever way. And so people learn a lot from your circumstances and how you handle them, how you navigate them. People respect how you navigate difficult situations. And I think a lot of it is that you take time for yourself. You take time to go inward. Like you trust yourself first. You rely on yourself. You're very grounded. So people, that's what I'm saying. People wonder about you because they don't, you don't, you're not open about what you're going through at the time necessarily. Like because you take a lot of time to process things. So yeah, there might be periods where people are like, what are they doing? You know, like, what are they up to? What are they going through right now? How are they doing? Like, people might wonder how you're doing because maybe the last time they talked to you, you were in a dark place, and then like they see you, and then you're doing so much better, and they're like, wow, like how, what happened? You know, um, so you kind of go into your cocoon and you come out, and when you come out, you're like this new version of yourself. So people, you like have to reintroduce yourself to people, kind of like they meet you at new stages of your life, and it's like they admire like your ability to kind of rise from difficult situations. Like you don't let things bring you down for long. Like you will take time to grieve and process and release. But then when you come out, it's like you're lighter. Okay, and they can feel that. They can feel that lightness from you. Um, and so yeah, they admire your resilience, your strength, your power, your insight, your ability to reflect. Like you, like I said, you see things that they don't necessarily see. So they're like, you bring a lot of things to light for them. I think you can be intimidating to people because they're like, what does this person know? Like this person sees so much. Like, um, and they kind of feel like they don't want to be judged by you. Like they're like, um, they're like, what do they think of me? You know what I mean? Like they wonder because there's so much you don't say, but they can like see in your eyes, or like when you do say something, it's like whoa, whoa. Like when you do speak your mind, it can be very like intense or like very just like eye opening. Like you're not afraid to speak the truth. You're not afraid to share your opinion, even if it diverges or differs from the rest of the group. Like you will do your own thing. A lot of times you won't voice it. You'll just kind of not engage or not participate and like exit the building, I'm hearing. So you might have a tendency to just like disappear. Like you swim in and out. 1 second you're there and the next second like you don't know where you are. Um but when you yeah, sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought. Whew, the train left the station. You see what I'm saying? It's like people can't keep up with you. It's like 1 second you're doing one thing and the next second you're like, wait, what? What? They did that? They're doing what now? Like people are amazed by your life, like by your life story. Like they want to know, but they're almost afraid to ask. Like they don't want to pry. They know that you're very like protective over yourself, and they don't want to set you up, right? They don't want to upset you because they know that like they've seen how you behave with people who don't treat you right, and like how you will cut people off, or you will like speak up for yourself or stand up for yourself or others. Like you don't tolerate bullshit basically. So people are like they try to act correct around you because they know that you will call them out or just like stop talking to them. Okay. So you respect yourself. You have high standards and people want to be they want to make a good impression on you. They want to keep you around, right? So they want to meet you at that level, which is great. Like I feel like you inspire the best in others. You bring out the best in others. You see their potential and you want the best for them. You want so you're not afraid to challenge them. You're not afraid to make them question them and be like, "Why do you think that?" or like, "Why?" You know what I mean? So you make people think, rethink, or unlearn things. Um, you're not afraid to make people feel uncomfortable and not in like a scary way, but like in a you're not afraid to like confront people when they're like maybe battling themselves or an emotion or like they're having a limiting belief that they're sharing or like they're stuck in a loop or a pattern. You're not afraid to be like to kind of like cut through that. Be like, "Whoa, wait a second." Like, like it's this new perspective that you bring. You bring clarity, you bring like I'm seeing that light like lightning, not in my mind's eye. Um of like you help people have breakthroughs, okay? So you can be a catalyst for people. Something that you say in passing or in a conversation or even to another person maybe like they'll hear it and they'll think about it for a long time. So or like it'll come up later. They're like, wait a second. Like it sticks with them in the back of their mind, even if they don't fully integrate it right away or understand it right away. They might even be defensive. They might even push against it initially. But it's like once it's been said, like you break illusions. That's what it is. You break illusions. You are a truth seeker and truth speaker. So you don't like to enable people. And so, like I said, that's scary because it's like, damn, like you see through people. It's like people feel unmasked in your presence. Like the mask that they normally wear around other people, you see right through it. And so they feel, what's the word? Like they just feel exposed. They feel exposed by you. And not in a bad way where you're like exposing them, but like they just feel like, oh, like this is not working. Like what I'm trying to present as, and they might not be doing it consciously, but just like their normal tricks or their normal behavior, it's like you're like it's not fooling you. You know what I mean? Like it's not easy to fool you. And sometimes you might not even know like why you feel something about someone. And then eventually you're like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Like I knew I was picking up on something. Like you are connected to the energies that are unspoken, okay? Um you see what is hidden, you see what is beneath the surface, and you're not afraid to bring that to light. But like I said, you don't always you keep a lot of it to yourself because like it's a lot to just be you're not going to just be outing everyone about their shadow. You know what I mean? Like people you've also learned like people need to come to those conclusions on their own a lot of times or like they need to see it for themselves and like you spending your precious time trying to explain to people things that they don't want to see, it's just like kind of futile. So you've learned to kind of keep a lot of stuff to yourself, which at times can feel isolating or can feel overwhelming or can feel frustrating because you're like you might feel very misunderstood or you might feel very like a misfit in your environment because you're like why am I able to see all these things that nobody else can see or nobody else wants to see, which I think is the frustrating part when it's like you maybe try to help people see and they don't want to, you know? And it can be frustrating when you feel like you have to end a lot of relationships because it's like they are refusing to see the truth and you refuse to live in this denial or in this illusion or whatever it is that's going to end up draining you. Like you've learned to take your power back. You are a very incredibly powerful person. And so you I feel like have regained your power. Like in the past you might have kind of given your power away to people or situations. And now that you're like very much in control of yourself and know yourself, it's like you now have learned how to protect yourself or are learning how to protect yourself from energies that are intentionally or unintentionally um, feeding off of you or just being triggered by you because you are such a powerful seer and because you dance between the light and the dark and you're comfortable in both realms. Like it brings out a lot of people's demons, like because you being so confident and comfortable in your power shows people where they are not, right? You show people where they lack. And it's because it's like you're calling them to step into that, right? You're bringing that out of them for healing, but they don't always want to see it. And so you can end up being projected onto, and that's why you've learned to protect yourself because you no longer internalize it that like, oh, this is me. You understand that this is other people and their own things that they're navigating, and it has nothing to do with you, but you don't want to be in the crossfire. So it's like you've had to remove yourself, or you kind of limit your time or interactions with people because you're like, it can be very draining for you to be around people. So you may pull back your energy a lot. And so people might not understand why you do this, right? They can feel like I said before, like you spend a lot of time alone and they don't necessarily know why, right? But it's because you're recharging. You in order to stay in that powerful state, right? You have to like you are your own source. It's like you have to plug back in. You have to go home and plug back in and like fill yourself back up because there's a lot out there that because you're so sensitive that you pick up on so much energy and a lot of it is beneath the surface that they're not even aware of and you're like so it's kind of like you're learning to detach from other people's energy and understanding what is yours and what is not. um so you have very strong boundaries. That's how people see you, is like you have very strong boundaries. You have high self-regard, self-respect, self-love, self-care. You know how to care for yourself. People learn from you of like, oh, I can say no, or oh, it's okay to do this, or it's okay to do that. Like you showing up in your authenticity gives other people permission to do the same. So, like I said, they admire you and like they like being around you because you do things differently. You do things your own way. And it kind of breaks that whatever like illusion they're living in because they're like, wait a second, this person can do this. Well, so can I then, right? Like you show people another way is possible. You show people, and they, like I said, might not understand at first, right? At first, they might be like, that's weird or like, what the fuck? But eventually, because you keep doing it and you're unbothered by it, that's why it's like, they're like, how are they so unbothered? Like you truly live for yourself. And people wish they could do the same. And they almost don't have that same confidence in themselves. So I feel like you try to bring that out of people. And that's why people like being around you is because you see something in them that they don't see. Because not only do you see their darkness, you also see their light, right? And you see their power and you see their capabilities and you see their gifts and you see their heart and you see their truth underneath the mask, right? So you're able to connect with this self that they don't necessarily present to the world. And so they feel very seen in your presence. They feel very comforted. They feel very um, warm and like accepted because you don't judge them. You just like, you almost like, yeah, like call out their weirdo self and like yeah, maybe you bring out the weird in other people because you're weird. Like you like to be funny and silly and like you like to make fun of yourself and like you like to just be goofy. And it kind of like it allows other people to do the same, to let down their guard, right? Like you're like, and I don't think you're doing it intentionally. You're just, I feel like you just become so comfortable in your own skin that you really don't care so much about how other people perceive you, or you might just be open about like, oh, I do this weird thing, and just by like naming it, people are like, oh, like I do that too, or like, oh, well, I do this, or like it just becomes like it, it removes that like fear, that judgment from it of just like this is who I am. I'm a human. We all do weird things or whatever, and it's like it becomes a way to bond and to connect. So you are very relatable because you share your idiosyncrasies, your eccentricities. Is that a word? You're not afraid to be eccentric in a world that wants you to conform. Okay. And people like being around people that are odd because it's like, oh, that's different. That's cool. That's something new. Okay. So you could be a trendsetter in some way, you could be influential um, to groups or environments. And that could bring, like I said, a lot of admirers, but also a lot of people who are like triggered by you and who like might feel threatened in some way. Okay, anything else weird? I was gonna pull cards, but I didn't even pull any cards because I got two decks out. Like let's do a quick pull. Um, this is the modern Nirvana, excuse me, Oracle. I haven't used this deck in a while. I just went to grab some cards. I was like, ooh, what should we use today? For this is how people perceive you. All right, let me just clear the deck. I usually have my candle in the frame, but it literally got stuck to the table and I can't move it. So we're just we're just yeah, I'll deal with that later. Okay. So, let's see. Spirit, what do I need to hear right now about how people perceive how people perceive this collective? Collective. I hope this is not super loud. Okay. One more. One more. Spirit, how are they? Oh, that was fast. Okay. Let's see what we got. Involution. Ooh, see, I don't even know what this means. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you are just like, you are an anomaly. You are like, people are intrigued by you, but like they don't really understand you. And that's what I said. It's like, it can feel isolating because it's like you might feel unseen a lot of the times. But it's almost like you feel misunderstood because it's like sometimes you don't even understand yourself, right? Like you're very complex and you're very like in tune to these like universal energies and these sacred energies. But involution, it feels to me like an inward evolution. Like you transform inside so much, like from day to day basis, like you are changing. And there's this whole watery depth that you're tapped into, not just in yourself, but in others. You can tap into the collective consciousness, you can tap into individual people's energies, and like you don't even know you're doing it. So there's this whole watery depth. And so, like, you have so many layers. And this is why you know so much. People are like, how? Well, this is how. Because you have access to this sacred realm. I actually want to read this, what this says, because it could have a really cool message in it. But I love this color. You could be a water sign. You could be like really connected to water or clouds, rain. I don't know. Um, yeah, deeply psychic, deeply emotional. You feel things very deeply. Okay, let's see. And yeah, people, mhm, they feel supported by that. They feel that dreamy quality to you. They feel that like endless love that you have. Like you're very unconditionally loving. Involution, help me find this. I just want to find this card. Alphabetical, yeah. Come on. Okay. Okay. So it says the mind acts like an enemy for those who do not control it. Okay. We all have a monkey mind, which the Buddhists consider to be the unsettled, restless, capricious, whimsical, fanciful, inconstant, confused, indecisive, uncontrollable parts of our consciousness. This aspect of the human mind makes us feel as though life happens to us and not through us. Our thoughts can often feel like they are not our own. And yet we must remember that we can still choose at every moment which thoughts are being fed by our energy. Evolution is the concept of life undergoing gradual development and growing into something new, and can be used as a potent metaphor for our inner and outer journeys. Involution, as an esoteric concept can be viewed as the process of integrating the growth of our consciousness in conjunction with the growth of our living universe. Your mind is a playground of expression. Awareness travels through this playground and believes anything you tell it. This is the moment to construct your thinking. What we are thinking about most and how we think about these things will create what we experience and how it affects others. If you hone in on what you attend to, you can experience single point focus and the ability to direct your awareness. This gives you the mental fortitude to complete any task you desire. So, if there's something you have left unfinished, now is the time to cultivate this talent and push it through to the finish line. Okay. So, like I said, this is your awareness. This is what you're able to do that other people have not mastered yet. Okay. You are a master. And so you are able to help other people navigate their lives because you have learned involution. Um, but it also says something about, you know, I feel it's that separation between what is yours and what is not, because you can get kind of lost in these watery depths, right? Picking up on other people's monkey minds, um, and their restless energy, and so it's kind of like slowing that down, helping other people slow down their thoughts, but also disconnecting from what is not yours. Okay. They perceive you as very wise. They perceive you as very in control of your mind. They perceive you as very smart, very intellectual, very, um, you have this deep inner knowing, but you also perceive situations in a very insightful way. Okay. And people learn a lot from you. So you are a teacher, you are a guide, whether intentionally or not. People look to you for answers. People look to you to see how you are moving through life. So even if they're not outwardly asking, for your help, they are observing you and learning from just from your presence, from your energy, from the way you show up in the world. It's very healing for people because you allow them to accept themselves. The way that you accept yourself is so beautiful and full, and loving, that they feel very loved and very seen, and they just feel human. They feel less harsh on themselves because they're viewing themselves through your eyes. They get to see the world and themselves through your eyes, which is a very beautiful thing and is a gift. So people feel it is a gift to be in your presence. It's a gift to know you, and they want to respect you because they want to keep you around, and they admire you, and they love to see you when you come out of your shell, and um, yeah, they hope to be invited in and to know you, and they know it's a process to know you and to be trusted by you. They feel truly special that they've been chosen by you to be in your life. And the people that, truly love you, like, will do whatever they can to support you and to be around you for the long term because they know how unique you are and how precious you are, and they want to protect that, and they want, yeah, just to be around you and to be part of your story. They're very proud of you, um, and inspired by you. Okay, I think that's the message. I hope that you felt seen in some way, and I hope that you continue to be your powerful, badass self because you're pretty cool. Okay, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.